We begin with breaking news. You are looking at new video from Russian state TV showing the prisoner swap of WNBA star Brittney Griner.
The Houston native was detained for 9 months in Russia on drug charges. She is now on her way to San Antonio for a medical evaluation, and we have team coverage tracking the reaction here in Houston and across the nation. We start with CNN's Isabel Rosales, who's in Washington, D.C. Isabel.
As we speak, Brittney Griner is on her way to the U.S. She's expected to land in San Antonio, Texas, although the timeline of when exactly she is landing, that is not clear. According to Ned Price, a spokesperson for the State Department, U.S. officials will discuss with Griner what it is exactly that she needs when she lands. After 9 months spent in Russian detention, WNBA star Brittney Griner is finally free.
What's your mood? Happy.
President Joe Biden sitting alongside Griner's wife in the Oval Office as he spoke to the Olympic gold medalist on the phone.
I'm proud that today we have made one more family whole again.
Griner was arrested on drug charges at a Russian airport last February, testifying she inadvertently packed the cannabis oil found in her luggage.
She endured mistreatment in a show trial in Russia with characteristic grit and incredible dignity.
Griner's lawyer confirming the release was part of a prisoner swap with convicted arms dealer Victor Bout.
It is my job as President of the United States to make the hard calls and protect American citizens everywhere in the world.
The exchange did not include Paul Whelan, another American the State Department has declared wrongfully detained in Russia.
Unfortunately, the choice became to either bring Brittney home or no one.
Speaking on the phone from a remote penal colony, Whelan expressed disappointment as he approaches 4 years in Russian custody.
This is a precarious situation that needs to be resolved quickly. My bags are packed. I'm ready to go home. I just need an airplane to come and get me.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken promises efforts to secure Whelan's release will continue.
We will never relent until Paul, and for that matter, every other U.S. national held hostage or wrongfully detained abroad, is free.
Trevor Reed plus the 7 other Americans that were returned home from Venezuela back in early October, they all went to San Antonio and went through a Department of Defense program called PISA, the Post-Isolation Support Activities, intended to acclimate them back to normal life. Live in Washington, I'm Isabel Rosales.
Isabel, thank you. And we are hearing more from Paul Whelan as he describes what his time has been like while detained in Russia.
They've always considered me to be at a higher level than other criminals of my sort. And for whatever reason, I'm treated differently than another individual here from a Western country that's also on a charge of espionage.
Whelan says he hopes the Biden administration is doing everything possible to bring him home, no matter the price.
Today's developments are welcome news to folks here in Brittney's hometown of Houston. Marcelino Benito live at City Hall tonight with reaction from those who know Brittney. Marcelino.
Well, Reka, Brittney Griner's friends and family are overjoyed, ecstatic with this news, but to be honest, still a little bit in shock that this happened in the first place. As you know, Brittney Griner is a Houston native, a Houston girl at heart, and it was Houston that played a central role in at first raising awareness to what she was going through overseas in Russia. Now, over the course of the last 9 months, multiple rallies were held here in the Houston area, calling attention to her detention in Russia and calling for her release. Griner went to Nimitz High School, a star basketball player there. Her family still lives in the area. Griner's good friend, WNBA star and fellow Houstonian Chiny Aguamica, says she's known BG, as she calls her, since they were 10 years old. She's been keeping a very close eye on Griner's situation, and together with other WNBA stars, had been writing Griner constantly to keep her spirits up. The news this morning came as a complete shock.
I mean, my heart is just racing and so happy, and I feel so joyful because our sister is finally free. This is a huge moment for everyone who has shown compassion, who have shown empathy for our WNBA sister over the last 294 days since Brittney Griner was wrongfully detained.
It's just been a terrible.
We also spoke to Griner's former high school coach. She says the news of Griner's release is the best Christmas present ever, telling us she can't wait to give her the biggest hug once she's back on U.S. soil. Now, this afternoon, we also got a statement from Mayor Turner. He tells us the city of Houston is planning to honor Brittney Griner by turning City Hall, lighting it up in red, white, and blue as soon as it gets dark this evening. Back to you.
Yeah, so many people overjoyed she is coming home. Marcelino, thank you.
Earlier today, we spoke to moderator of Face the Nation and CBS News Chief Foreign Affairs Correspondent Margaret Brennan. She explains how her team broke the news of Griner's release.
And this really was a team effort here at CBS as we chased the details of this very high-profile story. It all really came together within the past week. CBS News learned last Thursday that this prisoner swap was going to happen, that the U.S. and Russia had agreed on a deal, that President Biden had signed off on it, a one-for-one swap to release the 32-year-old WNBA star from Russian custody in exchange for the Biden administration releasing an arms dealer named Victor Bout, who'd been convicted of trying to kill Americans and help terrorism.
Coming up later, we have more from our conversation with Margaret Brennan as she breaks down the law enforcement reaction to Victor Bout's release. Coming up at 5, our Matt Doherty is live in San Antonio as we wait for Griner to arrive. In the meantime, you can head to our website, KHOU.com, to see more reaction to Brittney Griner's release.